Good freaking morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's UncleSamsDevil here. Before we get into this video, I want to say first and foremost, if you are a Dead Matter fan and you don't have backer status yet, make sure you watch to the end of this video because we are going to be doing a giveaway and there will be more information at the end. Alright, so today I would like to talk about a tactical shooter that is currently under development and set to release in August of this year. The game I am talking about, of course, is called 0 Hour. It's an indie tactical shooter, and it has really drawn my interest since its recent announcement. Created by a small team called M7 Productions, based in Bangladesh, I know, an odd place for a game studio, 0 Hour aims to be sort of a PvP equivalent to SWAT, or a slower-paced, more realistic Rainbow Six Siege. Or hell, maybe it's what we should have expected from Ready or Not when they decided they were going to put more emphasis on PvP. In their About This Game section on the Steam page, they described their game as a tactical FPS with online, team-based action gameplay that takes place in a variety of locations in Bangladesh with real-life scale and resource management. Inspired by various other tactical shooter games, 0 Hour tries to bring a very grounded team versus team experience in locations with real-life scale, no video game scale, and resource management. Both sides are tasked to wipe out the other team and complete objectives. The defenders are tasked to protect the bomb and keep it from being defused or keep their hostage from being rescued or running away. On the contrary, the attackers are to defuse the bomb or rescue the hostage held captive. So, the gameplay experience provided by 0 Hour can be explained as having a very grounded 5v5 close quarters tactical experience in which two teams, attackers and defenders, engage in combat scenarios. So again, this is your typical Siege style game, but with a grittier, slower paced, more hardcore SWAT-Style approach where it matters much more how you and your team perform tactically than what gadgets you have, who counters who or what, and so on. Gunplay is critical in this game, and more realistic, and in that way it really makes you feel more immersed. And for me personally, I see a game that has a chance to capture a pretty sizable audience that's been looking for the slow-paced, ultra-immersive, and tactical experience that games like Rainbow Six and Ready or Not and others are failing to deliver again and again. It's an audience that has been highly disappointed in the direction of tactical close-quarters combat games for some time. Moving into the actual gameplay loop of 0 Hour, starting out, the attackers have a planning table in which you use a small 3D model of the map to plan your entry and how you will move through and defend each room. And terrorists, in their prep phase, have the opportunity to booby trap and place gadgets to aid in their defense of the map. And then, at the start of the round, attackers go in blind, representing the more realistic scenario rather than what you would get in, say, Rainbow Six Siege. Instead of knowing where enemies and the objectives are at, you enter and to have any chance at all, you're going to have to move tactically with your team, actually clearing room by room, communicating, and being ready for anything. On the other side of the coin, as defenders, you actually have to be a bit more involved as well, being prepped for a full tactical breach by the enemy, and or keeping an eye on the hostage, because it just so happens that in this game, the hostage is actually pretty lifelike, and if you take your beady little eyes off of it for too long, they might just make a run for it. You can even use breaker boxes in this game and cause a total blackout across the map. There are just so many things about the structure and mechanics of this game, the focus on actual tactical combat, the team play, the unpredictability of the hostage and the enemy team, just the overall non-linear gameplay that literally forces the use of tactics and more realistic, methodical gameplay. On the subject of the gear that is available to use, the attacking team has access to 2 sets of 5 types of weapons, while the defenders have 5 sets of 5 different types of gadgets, making there be quite an interesting contrast between the weaponry and gear you have at your fingertips as terrorists compared to your SWAT counterparts. These gadgets, by the way, are what you have access to for the entirety of your 3 rounds of the game, again forcing players to focus on gear management, looking for enemy weaknesses, and taking crucial actions needed to compensate for your own shortcomings as a team. So overall, I'm just really impressed with what has been done with this game, what we've seen so far, It just goes to show what is actually possible in the tactical shooter genre, despite the fact that bigger developers like to mainstream their games and refuse to create real tactical shooters. Indie devs, such as the guys over at M7 Productions, are really picking up the slack. Okay guys, that is all I have to say about Zero Hour. You can expect more from me as updates and information come out. I'm going to keep covering this game, and I may even be getting some gameplay out soon, so stay tuned. Now, if you're a Dead Matter fan and you happen to not have backer status yet, but are really interested in the game, we are doing a giveaway. There will be 3 winners who will each receive a single action pack. That's the $35 backer pack, which gives a key for the closed alpha that is supposed to launch this month, and a continuing ownership of the game. You won't ever have to buy it. This is giving you the game. My mods and I are still working on the logistics, but you need to be subscribed to my channel, and you need to come join my Discord as well as the Dead Matter Discord to be eligible if that is something you're interested in being a part of. The links to each of those will be in the description. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys in the next one.